Have you ever witnessed a highly touted quarterback prospect come into the NFL with sky-high expectations, only to fizzle out and become a colossal bust? Well, brace yourselves because we might be witnessing the next cautionary tale unfold before our very eyes. Caleb Williams, the former USC gunslinger, has been hailed as a generational talent. But what if the warning signs have been there all along? What if his college career was a mere mirage, masking the flaws that could ultimately lead to his downfall in the NFL? Today, we're going to delve deep into the reasons why Caleb Williams could be the next big quarterback bust, and it might just change the way you view this polarizing prospect. But before we continue, we would like you guys to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and hit the notification bell icon so you do not miss out on any amazing and entertaining content. One of the major concerns about Williams is his tendency to play what some have dubbed backyard football. We've all seen those viral highlights where he's scrambling around, making defenders miss, and launching deep bombs downfield. It's exciting to watch, no doubt. But the question is, can that style of play translate to the structured, disciplined game of the NFL? We've seen players like Johnny Manziel try to bring that improvisational style to the pros, but it hasn't worked out so well. The NFL is a different beast, where every defensive player is bigger, faster, and smarter than what you'll face in college. Can Williams adapt his game to work within the confines of an NFL playbook and offensive system, or will he struggle to rein in his gunslinger mentality? Let's not forget, part of the reason Williams left Oklahoma was because he couldn't seem to mesh with their offense and coaching staff. Is that a red flag for his ability to buy into an NFL system, or just a byproduct of his unique playing style? Speaking of red flags, one of the biggest knocks against Williams is his performance against elite competition in college. Sure, he put up gaudy numbers against mid-tier teams, but when he faced off against the best of the best, things didn't always go so smoothly. We all remember that disastrous game against Notre Dame in 2023, where Williams looked completely out of sorts. And let's not forget his struggles against Utah, where he was sacked and couldn't seem to get anything going offensively. Now you might be thinking, but he's just a kid, he'll learn and improve. And you're right, quarterbacks can absolutely develop and overcome struggles against top defenses. But in the NFL, you're facing elite competition every single week. If Williams can't figure out a way to be consistent against the best teams in college, how's he going to fare when he's squaring off against the likes of the Bills, Chiefs, and 49ers on a weekly basis? Another major red flag surrounding Williams is his apparent downward trajectory in 2023. After winning the Heisman Trophy in 2022, many expected him to take another leap forward and solidify his status as a can't-miss prospect. Instead, we saw him regress in several key areas. His completion percentage dipped, his yards per attempt fell, and he seemed to struggle with his decision-making and ball security at times. Now, to be fair, he was still putting up solid numbers overall, but the fact that he took a step back in his development is concerning. In the NFL, you need to be constantly improving and refining your game. The league is too competitive, and the defenses are too good for a quarterback to plateau or regress. If Williams can't maintain an upward trajectory and continue to make strides, he could quickly find himself overwhelmed by the speed and complexity of the professional game. One area where Williams really struggled in college was with his time to throw. Pro Football Focus recorded his average time to throw at a glacial 3.44 seconds in 2022 and 3.21 seconds in 2023. To put that in perspective, only 7 NFL quarterbacks had an average time to throw above 3 seconds last season, according to the Next Gen Stats. In the NFL, where defensive lines are faster and more athletic, and coverage is tighter, that kind of lollygagging in the pocket is a recipe for disaster. We saw guys like Justin Fields take an absolute beating last year due to his tendency to hold onto the ball too long. And Fields is a far more mobile quarterback than Williams. Can Williams learn to speed up his process and get the ball out quicker at the next level? It's possible, but it's a major adjustment that many college quarterbacks struggle with. If he can't figure out how to operate within the tighter windows of the NFL game, he could find himself on his back more often than not. Another knock on Williams is the perception that he's a system quarterback, a product of Lincoln Riley's high-powered, quarterback-friendly offense at USC. And when you dive into the numbers, there's some validity to those concerns. According to an independent study, Williams' best completion percentages came on short passes between 44 to 62% of the time. When he was forced to throw deeper, his accuracy and decision-making seemed to suffer. Now, every quarterback is going to have strengths and weaknesses in terms of throw distances and concepts, but the concern with Williams is that he may be too reliant on those short, high-percentage throws. In the NFL, where windows are tighter and defensive schemes are more complex, can he consistently make the tight window throws and attack all levels of the field? Another area of concern with Williams is his apparent inability to deal with adversity and handle the mental rigors of the game. We saw this rear its ugly head towards the end of the 2023 season, when Williams admitted that he was struggling emotionally and spiritually with USC's disappointing 7-5 record and lack of playoff hopes. In his own words, Williams said, "I've never been in this situation, where I'm 7-5 and there are no playoff hopes at the end of the season. I'm dealing with it emotionally, dealing with it spiritually and physically." Now look, we're all human, and dealing with adversity and disappointment is a part of life, especially in the pressure cooker world of professional sports. But for a quarterback, the ability to maintain composure and focus in the face of adversity is absolutely crucial. In the NFL, every game is a battle, and every season is filled with ups and downs. If Williams can't learn to compartmentalize his emotions and stay even-keeled, he could find himself overwhelmed by the mental and emotional strain of life as a professional quarterback. Speaking of mental and emotional strain, another area of concern with Williams is his overall maturity and decision-making, both on and off the field. We've seen him display some erratic behavior, from painting obscenities on his fingernails to jumping into the stands and crying in his mother's arms after games. Now look, we're all human, and emotions run high in the heat of competition. But for a quarterback, the face of a franchise, there's an expectation of professionalism and composure that Williams hasn't always lived up to. And then there are the on-field concerns, like his tendency to hold onto the ball too long, lock onto receivers, and take unnecessary risks. We saw this play out in games against elite competition, where Williams would try to force throws into tight windows or scramble around unnecessarily, leading to sacks and turnovers. Can Williams mature and learn to rein in his gunslinger mentality? Can he develop the poise and decision-making prowess required of an NFL quarterback? Only time will tell, but these are valid concerns that could derail his professional career if left unaddressed. Finally, we'd be remiss if we didn't address the elephant in the room: Williams' propensity for taking big hits and putting himself in harm's way. Over the course of his college career, he amassed a staggering 32 fumbles in just 36 games. Now, part of that can be attributed to his improvisational style of play and willingness to extend plays. But at the NFL level, where defenders are bigger, faster, and more physical, that kind of reckless abandon could lead to serious injury concerns. Just look at what happened to guys like Marcus Mariota, who saw promising careers derailed by injury after injury. Can Williams learn to protect himself better, or is he destined to be the next victim of his own playing style? So, there you have it, folks, a comprehensive look at the potential red flags surrounding Caleb Williams as he prepares for the 2024 NFL Draft. From his backyard football mentality to his struggles against elite competition, his downward trajectory in 2023, concerns about his time to throw, his reliance on specific offensive systems, his ability to deal with adversity, his maturity and decision-making, and the ever-present injury risks, there are plenty of reasons to be skeptical about his prospects at the next level. Now, does this mean that Williams is destined to be a bust? Absolutely not. We've seen countless prospects defy the odds and overcome their perceived weaknesses to become stars in the NFL. But it's worth acknowledging these concerns and not buying into the hype blindly. At the end of the day, only time will tell if Williams can put it all together and live up to the lofty expectations placed upon him. But for now, it's fair to say that he's far from a sure thing, and the potential for him to become the next highly touted quarterback bust is very real. So, what do you think? Are you buying into the Caleb Williams hype, or do you share some of these concerns? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more hard-hitting football analysis, and ring that bell icon so you never miss an upload. We've got plenty more content coming your way, so stay tuned.